Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Welcome to another episode of Talks with Tony. Now we jumping right in. This one got a little length on it, and so y'all know on these, I just go right in order. And we still reading them together. I don't read them before I come on here, so you gotta understand that in my answer that sometimes that's why it'll be a couple holes in there, stuff I forgot to say because I'm doing this essentially live. And now this one I seen a different kind of name, so it let me know that it comes from another area, another part of the world. Shalom, Tony. I thank God that you and your family are healthy and thriving during this situation. First, you have no idea what a blessing your content has been throughout my breakup and healing. So let me just say thank you. Thank you for doing such content and doing it spirit led. That is also what gives me confidence in sharing this with you. I met my ex this year in September 2019, and we kicked it off, and I made the mistake of sleeping with him despite us both being Christians. He was my first. Now she say this year, but this is from November 2020. So I'm not understanding right there. This led to me getting pregnant in November, days after my 25th birthday. He is 36 years old. I panicked, and the morning I found out I was pregnant, I told him so. I also told him I am getting and taking, termination. He wasn't happy with the decision. Neither, she put that neither in all caps, did he try to stop me, and I wasn't about to let him talk me into keeping this baby. It would be embarrassing given then, put then in all caps, then my high participation in ministry at my local church, my career, my finances, plus he already had 2 other kids, and we weren't married. Those are no excuses for but I made the call and did what I had to do. I broke it off with him and blocked him. Post the termination of the pregnancy, I shared with him, so this right here mean that right there at the clinic when you're pregnant. I shared with him my checkup date thinking he'd show up. He didn't. No remorse from him. I reached out to him earlier this year expecting closure and hopefully get back together. He refuses to talk about the one time he did. His response was, "It will never happen again." He says he doesn't understand why we broke up. Tony, I'd be lying if I said I still don't like him and believe we could both make it work in the future. Right now, we're both healing and not been talking. This is a unique case because neither of us cheated or did something actively to push the other away. I recognize and take full responsibility of making the call to have but a part of me recognize he did nothing to stop me. Show no remorse. For example, be there during the process or come with me on checkup day. Or fight for our relationship post the breakup. Can a relationship ever come back from, and should I give him a second chance when he comes back? Given I played a role in this too, and frankly we dated for 2 months, never having given the relationship a chance to grow. Will our relationship ever heal from the PS? Till today, we've never sat down and talked about the thoroughly. Please help me make sense of this situation. Tony, be brutally honest as possible. Blessings. Nah, she put Jessica. I could say Jessica because her name ain't wasn't Jessica. She put Jessica, but she an avid viewer from Kenya. Her real name is up in her email thing. I don't know if she realized that. And it's her email address. And then she put Jessica down there. Sister, your name ain't Jessica. Hey, but I just go. You, hey, keep your name, nah. Beautiful name over there in Kenya. That's a name, nah. Yeah, it's sad, man. When I think about like how different the names, in Africa are than the black people names in America, and just how we got stripped of our name, boy. It's like, man, let me keep my name, man. Come on now. Come on. Bring me over here calling me Tony. Ain't none of my name. You know good and well my name. Lati Doodle. I got a homeboy out there in South Africa named Lou Yonder. I'm like, man, let me keep my name. I got another homeboy named Subu Siso. Like, man, let me keep my name. Out there. Would have had me a great name. Come over here calling me Tony. Man, my name. Y'all forgive me. I just throw them off. Cause sister got, this beautiful name, and then she put Jessica at the bottom. So your name ain't Jessica. Name ain't Jessica. Keep that beautiful name. But you're anonymous anyway, so that's why she probably really put it. Now, you know what? The interesting thing about these emails that I notice, and this is what blows me away, and anybody who follow each email, which is probably impossible, because I do them so sporadically and no set time, which I apologize about that. I wish I could have a set schedule, but when you got a family, you can't really have this right here. So that also, well, I need a set schedule, but when you got a family like mine, you can have a set schedule when you got a family, but when family like mine and our schedule, I can't really have no set schedule. But one of the things I noticed is that sometimes the emails are in trends. So just yesterday was an email dealing with at the clinic, woman about the clinic. But the other email, her man wanted her to go to the clinic. This email, the woman say she going to the clinic, and the man said he ain't really with it. He ain't like the decision. Now she 25, he 36 years old. Now see, what I am not familiar with is the Kenyan culture and how that's viewed. And now, but I do get it if you a Christian and you in church, that is universal, because we know what the Bible say. And you in church and you in sin, with a man 11 years older, which could be the norm too, where she at in her city or what have you. I'm not sure, but what this also goes to show now is how when you know God, you can't get away with nothing. You ain't getting away with nothing when you know God. And ain't that something? Like, think about it. You'll know a woman who sleep with 50 men in a year and does not get pregnant. And then here you is, been saving yourself. You go sleep with one man, the very first man. You lose your virginity and get pregnant. And it's like, how in the world did she do all that she done did and ain't got pregnant? I go lay down one time and come up pregnant. It go to show you, when you know the Lord and you supposed to be doing right, you one of the chosen ones, you ain't getting away with nothing. Now see, this the thing. We reap what we sow. So sister, God bless you. I'm praying for you. And I'm hoping grace and mercy is on your side. But when you go living in sin, knowing what you're doing, and then you go try to get away from the other side of your choices, you trying to avert the consequences. I don't know what's going to come from that. But I'm praying for you. And I'm praying that you receive grace and that nothing come from it. But I don't know 100%. Let me light my candle. This old candle. I just be playing with this here old candle now. I really don't need it. Don't do nothing for me. I just like to just see it just be right there burning. And got a good smell on it too now. And so that's right. That right there. And let me tell you, You made a lot of mistakes in here, because the first thing you did, that's a mistake. You with a man 11 years older than you. So that right there is a no-no. That's your uncle. The next thing you did is you working in the church and you hold a position in the church. And you are a Christian. You said despite us both being Christians. Now y'all Christian, but yes, and see the thing about it is, it's like, if you in fornication and you a Christian, but you in a backslidden state, meaning you not going to church, you ain't reading your Bible, you ain't singing no hymns, no songs, I could kind of get it. Like, okay, you distant from God. You the prodigal daughter, the prodigal son. But when you going to church every week, and you serving in the church, and you holding a position in the church, you don't fear God. You don't really love God. You don't really respect God. No. Oh, everybody make mistake. That ain't no mistake. Yes, a mistake. It's a bad choice, but it's a deliberate choice. Y'all be acting like y'all just walking past the bed, and one foot got caught behind the other, and you just, oh, I'm trapped in the bed. Oh, I'm in the bed. Oh my goodness, I tripped and fell. Oh. That's how y'all be acting. That ain't what happened. Y'all gotta forgive me, I ain't lotion my feet. Y'all act like y'all be walking past the bed, trip on this foot, and then that's why I do this. Cause that's how y'all act, like y'all just be tripping and falling in the bed. No, you deliberately thought about this thing. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah, I want some of that. Come on. Meningo. Zamdarim. Zulu tribe. Over there. And both of y'all serving in the church. You serving in the church. I don't know if he served in the church. Know the Lord. And dive in the bed. And then boop. Get pregnant. And then now, here go the thing now. To save face, you go down to the clinic. To save face, you go to the clinic. And your reasons, it ain't have nothing to do with God. Because, God could turn the bad into good now. And yeah, you say he wasn't happy with the decision. Neither did he try to stop me, and I wasn't about to let him talk me into keeping this baby. He already know that. He already know you. That's why he ain't wasted breath. And I'm gonna tell you, you built different. Cause you sound just as strong and confident about going down to the clinic. It sound like there was no hesitation, like it wasn't no hard decision, like what the, like, to be honest with you, as a man, we kind of scared of you. We kind of like, we don't want to say nothing to you, for you to write me about this, just to cool and calm and collected. Sister, you this Christian. This man feel like you have all kind of spells on his life. You'll be down there leave out the church and be down there with the witch doctor the next day. Down there with the witch doctor getting spells and juice to put in his breakfast, to put in his tea. That's how you sound when you just adamantly to the clinic. Like, was there any deliberation? Like, you very articulate and well spoken, ain't no typos in here. So you easily could have put a sentence in here that said, this was a very hard decision. It took me an entire week of crying, praying, falling on my face before God. Just say, I panicked, and the morning I found out I was pregnant, I told him. So I also told him I am getting, and he wasn't happy with the decision. Neither did he try to stop me. And I wasn't about to let him talk me into keeping this baby. It would be embarrassing given then my high participation in ministry at my local church, my career, my finances, plus he already have 2 other kids and we weren't married. I can't argue with y'all about y'all reasons now. That's for women to talk to women about y'all reasons, but he said these are no excuses. These are no excuses for getting the done, but I made the call and did what I had to do. I broke it off with him and blocked him. Now see, that's the other part right there. It's like, what the man did? What did the man do? I broke it off with him and blocked him. What did the man do? The man was like, sister, I don't agree with the decision. I cannot say I agree with this decision, sister. But, and then here you go. You know what? It is done. We are finished. Get from me, Satan. Get behind me. So now, you done cut the man off. Done blocked the man. And then turn around. Now see, this the thing now, ladies. This where, as women, you got to hold yourself accountable. This where, as women, you got to hold yourself accountable. It ain't always the man. I ain't heard nothing this man did wrong. Because, and he ain't try to stop me. That's your life. That's your body. And you done told him what you finna do. And the fact that you said that, and it sounds like you said it with confidence and a surety, that is scary. I'm going to tell you the truth. That is scary. Because me as a man, I don't have to carry anything in me. And that'll be a hard decision for me. I ain't even got no vasectomy. Because that's a hard decision for me to just go cut children off. Like, what these children did? Why I'm finna go down there and let that doctor tie me up down there? What these children did? Come on now. They just down there swimming around having a good time. Why am I finna go cut them off? You know, get this thing tied up down there. And I don't know how the spirit gonna move. Yeah, we happy with our 2 and we say we done. But the Lord may say, oh, next year, ooh, hey, I want you to have Joseph descendant, Noah descendant, David descendant. You know, I don't know what the Lord gonna say a year from now, so I don't want to go speak for the Lord. So, you see what I'm saying? And so this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the thing right here. Come on now. This right here, he did what you let him do, which is lie in the bed with you, sleep with you. You a Christian. He a Christian. But you got to be dependent upon, you got to worry about your walk with God. He got to worry about his walk with God. He in sin. You fell in sin with him. He 11 years older than you. Then you make the decision on your own. You didn't consult him. You didn't ask him his opinion. So you can't not ask him his opinion and then tell him what you're going to do and then get mad because he don't tell you not to do what you just told him you're going to do. Come on now, sister. Sister, you shouldn't have put that in there. But I know you can handle it now. I know you can handle it. With the way you went down there to that clinic that fast. When you say be brutally honest as possible, listen, I'm going to tell you, you got a Griselda Blanco spirit. You know who Griselda Blanco is? You ain't got no Jezebel spirit. You ain't got no Delilah spirit. You ain't got no Esther spirit. You ain't got no Ruth spirit. You got a Griselda Blanco spirit. You know who Griselda Blanco is? That's a Hispanic. You know what Blanco means? White. She's a white Hispanic. There might be wild national name Blanco. They know what Blanco means? White. That's what Blanco means. But she just looked real light. She looked real light. It's like, come on, guys. Y'all know if I Google Blanco, I'm trying to see what the meaning of it is. Oh, it's a Italian, Spanish nickname for a man with white or fair hair or a pale complexion. From Blanco, white, Italian, Sicily, variant of Bianco, perhaps influenced by French blanc and Spanish. Look up Griselda Blanco. Griselda Blanco was the big time. She was a Colombian drug lord. Woo! That's the spirit you got right there. Griselda wasn't what she was, known as La Madrina, the Black Widow, the cocaine godmother, and the queen of narco trafficking. Was a Colombian drug lord of the Medellin cartel and a pioneer in the Miami-based cocaine drug trade and underworld during the 1980s through the early 2000s. That's Sister Dell. Woo! That's Sister Dell wasn't playing now. Sister, that's what you sound like to me. The way you come in here with this with this here sureness. I mean, it ain't no shakiness in your email. It ain't no, I struggled with this season. Sister, come on now. And in your picture, you sitting there sipping that coffee like a boss, reading that paper. Look like you got your brand over there in Kenyan. Cause this picture is professional. This ain't no normal picture. Oh, okay. Now listen, y'all anonymous with me, but now I got to do my little digging now. Yeah, I found a sister. Yeah, okay. Sister got an old brand. It's got a brand. Okay, I see now. This put everything in the context now. I honestly, I see now. I could have met you when I was over there in Kenya, in Nairobi. Cause maybe that's how you heard about me. Yeah, cause that was when I came over there. Probably after 2013, probably around 2013. You say, no, this ain't the one from 2012. Okay, it's making sense. So that's why when you said, it would be embarrassing given then my high participation in ministry at my local church, which they would have forgave it. But I see when you say my career, my finances, I see this here old brand. I know my other Kenyan. Who is it, Tony? Who is it? That ain't how they talk now. That's American accent. I really don't know a Kenyan accent. I don't know the Kenyan accent. So y'all forgive me. I ain't trying to make fun of nobody. I'm just trying to say that they don't sound like me, with my country accent. Who is it? Oh, don't worry about it. That y'all, that yes. Talks with Tony have prominent people watching the episodes and writing in. Yes. What you thought everybody was broke, busted, and disgusted? No. No, we got successful people in here. Yeah, and a lot more. A lot of people be hiding their name. Like this sister trying to tell me her name, Jessica. Sister, your email is your name. Come on now. Come on now. Beautiful name now. Amazing little name. And I'm just praying, Lord, I don't slip up and say the name. But then it's a common name, though, because when I just typed in the first name, I seen a lot of people come up. So, you know, that's how sometimes it be with names. I get it, though. I get it now. That's a lot of pressure. You know, when you in the public eye, when you out there, it ain't just that you a bad person. It's just that, you know, it's a lot of pressure when you done built your brand. You got this public persona, this public image. The community know you, love you, you out there. And then boom, you know, you get pregnant out of nowhere and you not married, and people like, whoa, what's going on now? Oh, look at her. Oh, Jezebel. That's the Jezebel. And see, you're judging me and the woman you're lusting after every day when you see her on IG is a yes. So I understand you went through a lot. But yeah. So sister, this is the thing. You made a mistake. Yes, a mistake is a bad choice. A mistake is a bad decision. They're one and the same. You made bad choices, and then you made other choices after making bad choices. Other choices could be, depending on who you asking, seen as a bad choice, but that's, you know, between you and God. So now what you have to do is you got to sit down and you got to get all of this in here, and you got to learn and you got to grow and you got to heal from it. So let's go through your questions. Can a relationship ever come back from a yes? That is actually common, because a lot of people, a lot of couples, be it the woman or the man, respond the same way you responded. Because as humans, we so irresponsible and we so disrespectful, and especially too, even us Christians, we'll spit in the face of God, proverbially speaking, and we will ignore all the word that we know and go live in willing sin. And then when the sin catch up to us, now we want to try to avert the sin and avert the consequences and find a different route. So that happens every single day. And yes, relationships recover from it. The thing about it is, y'all are not a relationship. Y'all are not in a couple. You broke up with the man. You blocked and broke up with the man. For what? For not tackling you by the ankles and begging you not to go down there? But you already said he wasn't going to talk you out of it. So what you want? So you want the man to beg you to no end when you know that his begging is doing nothing but giving you the opportunity to see him grovel at your feet, begging you. You see what I mean? You got to ask yourself, what am I asking for? Like, what do I really want here? If you want to be married, then just say that. You see what I'm saying? If you want to be married, then just say that. But don't get mad with the man for not begging you not to go down to the clinic when you said, the word out now. The word is out. Because when you went down to that clinic, whoever checked you in, cause I see you got your little brand. You got your little brand now. Whoever. Hi, how are you? Okay, come in here. Okay. I will give you this to fill out, and just fill it out and just bring it back. As soon as you went to sit down, they grabbed that phone. Went to texting up. That person told that person. See, so listen, we still can't run from sin. We still can't run from sin. Now, it might not be put all the way out there in all the magazines, but it's sure traveling one ear at a time. So when you walking around and you getting them, that's somebody who know. But cause listen, we can't run. We gonna pay a price one way or the other. We gonna pay some kind of price for what we've sown. So this is what you need to realize as an adult woman. 25, you might be 26 now. Very successful. If I'm looking at the same person, which I think I'm is. But I might not be now. I might not be. Because my wife tells me all the time. She said, you is, let me see you with a good eye. She said, you are horrible with that. But I feel like I'm looking at the same person. Kinda and kinda not. Let me see. Yeah, I feel like it's the same person. Same exact name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if this here the baby daddy. Okay, look. The size of that head don't look 36 to me. That head look like it done been here 36 years. You got a dome on now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at the same person. Sister, you should sign up for coaching. You can't be out here with all kind of brand and be in this here inbox. Now listen. Oh, Tony, people gonna know who you talking about. It is 1 million women with a brand in Kenya. I'm talking to the Americans too now. Cause boy, we think Africa got 2 people that done made it. No, they got actresses, they got television people, they got singers, they got everything you got in America now. So it's 1 million women over there doing their thing. So this right here could be any one of them, but it's one of them. Okay, gave a little juice, a little tea. And this the other thing too. Boy, you can't judge a book by the cover, because y'all be all up there in the church, feeling good, just singing, praising the Lord, and be right on your bike. Come on now. We got to do better. Come on now. So sister, listen, this right here is just saying, this your opportunity. Okay? You made a bad decision. You made some other decisions. It's time to forgive yourself, heal yourself, cry out to God, fall on your face, and say, Lord, teach me everything I need to know that I ignored this last time around. Should I give him a second chance when he come back? Personally, based on what you shared with me, I don't see why not. Because you already slept with him. And he was my first. So you see what I'm saying? That's your first. And I would like to hope you ain't jumped in the bed with nobody else since you wrote me this on November 8th, 2020. I would like to hope you ain't moved on and hopped in that bed. Now he might be done with you now. He might be done with you now. For just a few different reasons. There's a few different reasons I really ain't got all the time to go into. I might have time to go into it. But I'm gonna tell you, one of the reasons is you're scary. You scare me. For a woman to just come to a decision like that about what she finna do, I just don't, that right there throw me off, because I'm like, whoa, this a whole child. Like, this could have been Nelson Mandela. You see what I mean? Like, this, it ain't know who you was carrying. You see what I'm saying? Ain't know who you were carrying. Cause look what Mary had to do. Mary carried Joseph now. This ain't the same thing now, because you was over there getting tore out the frame, but still, God could turn a negative into a positive when you turn it over to him. Me and my wife were not married when my son was conceived, and God is using a young man. Our second son, we were married, but the first we were not. But we got married before he was born. He went through some very tough times with all of his, issues and, body situations, eczema, to the point that it looked like he lost a whole layer of skin. It looked like his skin was burnt or, like melted off. Eczema, allergies to milk, peanuts, eggs, cheese, fish, grass. Like, he went asthma, bad asthma. Will be playing a soccer game and coughing the whole game. But guess what? He didn't give up. He didn't sit down. We didn't give up. My son is beat. Now he eating cheese pizza. And my son beating the allergies. His eczema didn't disappear. It used to be all over his face. Everywhere. All down his arm. All over his hand. It was like me and my wife would look at my son and cry. It hurt us so bad. So he went through some tough times. But God done turned it into good. The praise reports we getting about that young man, it's next level. And I'm on him now. I got to stay on him now because I know the devil want him. I got to stay on him. I got to stay prayed up for him. And if you got your prayer list, put my family on your list. Put my family on the list because you'll never know who prayers God hearing. So, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate y'all who be blessing me. It's a couple people that be blessing me just out of nowhere. And I know they don't look at me as broke, busted, and disgusted, but they be sowing into me. And I appreciate you. I thank you. And sis, listen to me now. So, I don't honestly see why you wouldn't take him back because you didn't say anything about him cheating on you, dogging you out, cussing you out. It sounds like you was the breadwinner, like you had the upper hand, like you had him by his throne, and that he just doing what you say do. Whatever you want, sister. Whatever you want. You are the queen. You got the brand. Like whatever you want. He just with it. And so, and you said, given I played a role in this too. Sound like you played all the roles. Sister. Sound like you wore the pants. Sound like you wore the skirt. Sound like you was the CEO, the CFO, the COO, the executive director, the janitor. You played all. Sound like you played all the roles. I'm not sure what he did other than lay down with you. And so you hear me? I don't know. We dated for 2 months, never having given the relationship a chance to grow. So it's like, come on now, and you say this your first. You come this far to wait for your first, and then you hop in the bed that fast? Who is this man over there in Kenya? Who is this man? Now everybody in Kenya Googling 36-year-old celebrities. Everybody in Kenya right now Googling 36-year-old celebrities, and they wonder now who in the world look this amazing to get this virgin in the bed within 2 months, and she got a brand herself. Everybody in Kenya finna send me a list of 36-year-olds. And ironically, he could have been a guy who worked at the mall. Now, one thing about Kenya now, boy, they take their security serious. I was over there in Nairobi. You know how at the airport you got to go through TSA, where you got to go through the machine? We had one of those at the hotel. You got to take your bags off. You got to sit on the thing and let it run through the thing, and then you got to walk through the metal detector to get into the hotel. And them boys got them long guns over there, just strapped around their shoulder, just walking around. I'm like, wow. I'm like, what is going on? And went to go to the mall. You know how in America you just could go to your mall and you just pull right in. We went to the mall in Nairobi. You got to stop and get searched. And they searching up under your car with the mirror. They opening your doors. They in the trunk. They got a dog. I was like, wow. And I know it could have had something to do with the incident that happened in the mall, sometime. back. But I was like, wow, that incident really changed. Or it could have been like that before that incident. I don't know. But it's just totally different. Because I'm like, you would think that with them having them big old guns and walking around and checking like that, you would think that they are policing beasts, just like deranged people. And these people hard working. One thing I noticed about when I was in Nairobi is it was so many people walking the streets, and all of the people would have on formal clothes. Like all of the men would have on like a long button down white shirt, like with a black blazer, black pants, and you could see it was worn and it was kind of dusty or dirty, like they wear it every day. And it was different. It was different. I was like, man, there's a lot of people walking and everybody dressed up. Like, you know, in America you see a lot of flip-flops, just little sandals and just shorts, and just, it's like people about business. And there wasn't a whole lot of speaking and friendliness going on now. And a lot of the men, they look different than me. You know, they look different than me. So I think they could tell, like, okay, he done been watered down. They were looking at me like I was watered down. You know what I mean? Like, oh, That's how they were looking at me. And it was different now. And none of this is, you know, to be offensive or anything. So y'all in Kenya, don't you know, be in the DMs getting blocked. I mean, don't be in my comments getting blocked. Yeah, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I'm showing the differences that I noticed. And it was another thing that I noticed over there. And I don't know if it was from walking to work, or I don't know if they ain't had an AC, but you know, even the women, because I was doing different interviews on TV, but even the women had a strong, you know, a strong scent on them. It just felt like it smelled like work. It smelled like hard work. And I was like, this is very interesting that every person, every person down to the person, and men and women alike. And I didn't really understand, you know, if it was just something cultural or what it was, you know. But because, you know, in you know, in America, they have you just, they want us to bathe in scented shower gel, then you get out and you got scented lotion, then you got scented deodorant, then you got perfume and cologne. So everybody masking our natural smell. But over there, I smelled like natural. Then when people went to hug me, I could smell them. And I was like, this is interesting. And in my head, I was kind of wondering, like, is it like against the religion? Like, is it against a belief system, you know, to have on like a fragrance of some sort, or to wear like cologne? And now the people who would book me to speak, they weren't like that. But it was just like the working people. And it really kind of said something to me. I'm like, man, it's like, how far different is my life? And I'm looking at, you know, these men, and they in a suit. And that's why, and I remember when I was speaking in Johannesburg, South Africa, and we had a meet and greet. And I had on like some some gray pants, some gray slacks with like a blue button-up shirt, and it was checkered. And just some shoes. And I remember one of the people said to me, "Is that what you're wearing?" Excuse me? Do you know who the speaker is? You know who the keynote speaker is? But it was like a mindset over there that you gotta be formal. Like everybody, all the dudes had on suits and were fitted suits. Like they talk like you got to be formal. Like you ain't coming up here in no little short sleeve, button down shirt. No, wear your jacket and your tie. And I was like, wow, this is different now. And hopefully y'all in a respectful way, because I'm being I'm genuinely curious, and I've been curious the whole time. But you know how sometimes people take offense if you ask them a question. Which, if you ask me any question about a Black American life, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If it's how ghetto we could act, how we could be just spend all our money on jewelry or Louis Vuitton and Gucci, knowing them people don't like us, and we can have $0 in the bank. I saw a group of guys pushing a S-Class Mercedes-Benz up to the gas pump because they hadn't ran out of gas. How in the world you let that car get all the way that far on E instead of filling up when it's at least a quarter of a tank? I had a homeboy who from Haiti, his family from Haiti, and he had a car. He was one of the first ones to get a car, and we used to be riding, and he said, my daddy tell me half a tank is empty. Half a tank is an empty tank. So every time he got to half a tank, he would fill it up. And so that's what I do now in my life. My homeboy taught me that. Cyril Altador. Cyril, you mess around, somebody know Cyril Altador from went to Arbondale High School. That's my homeboy. But I ain't tell Cyril, he taught me that. I fill up my cars when it get to half a tank. And somebody told me, like, hey, this is a good thing, because when you get it too low, get it too dry, your tank can start to pick up other stuff in there. I don't know how true that is. But anyways, we went way somewhere else now. But that's if you not here, if you ain't part of this here family on here YouTube, then the way I go off on tangents, that's gonna drive you crazy. And that's exactly why I do it, to drive you crazy. Because I don't want Satan in the building. This for people who want growth, who trying to grow, who trying to change, who got patience, who got humility. You see what I'm saying? Not people who in a rush. You in a rush, you got something to do, and you just want to come steal some quick information. Don't even hit no subscribe or like. You come and hit the thumbs down button. What you come to do, be gone. Bye. But anyway, sister, listen, I don't see why you wouldn't take them back. But here's the thing, as a man, you just gotta, he could have a little resentment because you broke up with him. He said he doesn't understand why y'all broke up. I don't understand either. I do not understand either, because you never said anything about him treating you bad. And you said in there, that neither one of y'all did anything directly to the other person. Then you say, will our relationship ever heal from and if both of you are committed to working and you move forward, you date, court, you get married, then you get pregnant again, then I believe it'll heal. Because honestly, I feel like the majority of relationships have gone through that. It's unfortunate, but I feel like the majority of relationships have gone through that. And it's like you went through it, with a brand, with a Christian background, with knowledge. Like, you went through it. So imagine the people that they don't believe in sin. Imagine people that they don't believe in God. Like, so if they go sleep with somebody and they ain't ready to have that child, the clinic might not bother them. It might be just something they do, just something that they see as something to do, and that's real. There are women, who I've heard have had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those procedures, and could just be going to different ones. I don't know if a clinic have a limit on it, but it's way more common than it should be. But it is out there. P.S. Till today, we've never sat down and talked about thoroughly. So you said that word so many times that I feel like you put on a tough face and you made a very tough decision. But I can tell by how many times you have mentioned this, and every question basically has it in there. I feel like this kind of tore you up. and get it. Nah, Griselda Blanco still had a heart. She still was out there had her boyfriend now. He was on the documentary. He was on the documentary Cocaine Cowboys. Had her boyfriend now. But she was out there, she had a heart. She ain't take everybody out. So I say that to say, you can have a heart, and still make that decision. People with a heart who good people make that decision to go down there to the clinic. So, I say that to say, I'm not trying to say you this, ruthless, careless person without a heart. That ain't what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, you got a very interesting juxtaposition. Oh yeah, we can use that word again. Juxtaposition with your strength of your persona and your character and your position, your reputation, then also with the deep inner workings of your heart and how they are kind of at war. They're kind of opposing. One is like this strong, driven, focused, ambitious, motivated woman, and the other is like this scared young lady who wants love, who wants to be accepted, who wants to be married, and you trying to find a balance in this duality of your persona, of your life. And I think a lot of women struggle in that way. A lot of men struggle in that way. It just may look a little different from gender to gender, but I feel like, we have to be more authentic and more real about what we want. Because here's the thing. If I lie down with somebody and we get pregnant, and I'm going to just say we together, if we, even though the woman carrying the baby, if we get pregnant, I got to look at life and I say, okay, because I told my wife, I say, listen, we doing what we need to do as far as protection or, birth control or whatever it may be, not to have a third, because she not finna go get her tubes tied. That's a personal decision. Me personally, I'm just not that type of man. Like, I know some men get comfortable, and they okay with another man being down there. Me personally, the reason what keep me from down there, just like, I don't even want the little helping hand, the little aid in there. Oh yeah. Here, Doc. I have the papers. Yeah. I don't even want her in there looking at me. Man, don't be looking over here, trying to see what he doing. I don't even want the doc. Doc, hey, Doc, you need to be frowning. You looking a little too pleasant. You looking a little too pleasant with my feet up in the air. Come on now. So that's honestly why I ain't went in there. And then two, because I just don't want to be all out here willy-nilly trusting in man. And then we thinking we safe and secure because I done went and got snipped. And then boom, number 3. But I tell my wife, listen, if number 3 come, we having number 3, because that's God will. If number 3 come, we having number 3. That's God will, and we gonna love it. We gonna enjoy it. And I say, I know number 3 ain't what you want, but listen, you gonna want it because I'm finna have you on cloud 9, girl. You hear me? Girl, you finna have the greatest pregnancy in the world. Girl, I'm finna have somebody over here massaging your scalp, somebody massaging your back, somebody rubbing them feet. Girl, I'm finna have rose petals fresh delivered, put on the ground. Girl, walk on these rose petals. You hear me? Girl, sleep how you need. You need your feet in the air. What you need? You need a side pillow. What you need? I'm finna be rubbing cocoa oil, cocoa butter, cocoa lotion all over that whole stomach, them hips, everything. So it just could stretch with ease. My wife had 2, and she don't have stretch marks. And the reason why she doesn't have stretch marks is because she would do that cocoa oil. The stick, look like the glue stick, but it's cocoa butter. She rub that on there, and she'll put the oil on there. She was like a slip and slide. I'm like, girl, I can't even get you no hug. I'm slipping all off of you. But now scratch mark, because it just loosened that skin and allowed that skin to and you'll be surprised how many women don't know that. You'll ever be surprised how many women never thought to do the cocoa butter and the cocoa oil and the cocoa lotion every day after they get out the shower, and never thought to do it. And it's not that they was like, yeah, stretch marks. Oh, I'm so excited about these stretch marks. It's not that they were like that. It's just that they never were educated about that. And that's the one thing when people talk about knowledge. That's the one thing about my wife. When she read. She studied. That's what her school benefit her, really, honestly, in motherhood, is she do the research. Her having that master's in medical sciences, she like to learn and study. And she gonna learn about whatever she doing. And so I say that to say, you know, as a woman, you got to look, and if you laying down with a man, you know, it's just like we want to hold men accountable, and we don't want men to be doing stuff and then don't get a woman pregnant then run off. You know, if as a grown Christian woman you get on your back and get pregnant, the next time you do that, you need to be ready and willing to accept what come with that. Because you don't know who you finna raise. You don't know what God gonna do through that child. You don't know. So what you have to do, I feel like, you know, you got to process it. And yes, it's your decision. Can't nobody, you know, tell you what to do with your body and all of that, or your baby body, because, you know, even though it's in your body, is somebody else's body, but they can't decide for themselves. Can't nobody tell you what to do. But you got to sit down and process this thing. And you got to ask yourself, what is my career? If I'm laying on my back and I'm risking catching any kind of disease, all this right here, emotional, twisted bonds with this person, if I conceive a child, what is my career compared to my child? And the opportunity to raise a human that can surpass me and be a better human than me. Like, I got to really process that. I got to really process that thing and really see, like, okay, where we at with it? And so this is the thing. I believe with what y'all have gone through, it could make y'all bond even closer if he wants to. But if you take him back now, if he come back, you can't be no drill sergeant and all of that. Can't be no drill sergeant and boss lady and all of that. No, you got to come in with a humility. Be humble, be kind, be generous. Don't let him get over or take advantage of you, lie to you and all of that now. I ain't saying that. But just kind of, you know, come in with a little bit more spirit of teamwork. And then hold yourself accountable and don't allow him to do anything with your body that you don't want the consequences of that action. And that's a part of being an adult. You still young, 25 years old, that's very young, but that's a part of being an adult. And that's what we got to learn. Oh no, you ain't turned 26 because you said days after your birthday. And so, yeah. All these different clues and points be hitting me, but I can't share everything. Hey, God bless you now. God bless you. Stay out that bed. Get on your knees to pray. Not nothing else. On your knees to pray. Forgiveness, and you forgave. Once you ask for forgiveness, you forgave. Keep throwing the seal of forgiveness. Get the new knowledge. Heal, grow, love yourself, move forward with your life. If he catch up to you and he win you back, so be it. If he don't work for you and try and make it happen, keep it moving. Hey, this is Tony Gasson. God bless you. We'll talk soon.